busy these days. That was her big reveal on The Masked Singer. And her new documentary, Weed the People, reveals fascinating new findings that cannabis could be a wonder drug for treating and maybe even curing cancer. Please welcome Ricki Lake.
It's been a while. Nice to see you all.
Well, you know a little something about talk shows.
Just a little.
Right?
Just a little.
Because
Not today. I'm OG.
Well, you are, because you just walked out to the Ricki Lake Show theme music. You all remember the Ricki Lake Show. It premiered 25 years ago.
You all grew up with me.
Right. You were just...
I loved it.
Of all ages, we all did.
Yeah, you were
so
just 25
crazy.
years old.
I was 24 technically when I went on the air, yes.
Wow.
23 when they handed me that job, which is, I had a lot of nerve, I think, back then, you know.
I mean, it aired for 11 seasons.
Yes.
What was
You were
that
natural.
time?
You were
a total natural.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was a good listener. I was curious, and I was, you know, because I was like sort of the girl next door. People related to me. They trusted me, and it was a good ride.
Was it a good time in your life?
It was an amazing time in my life. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, looking back, you know, you don't know when you're in it what you know, this responsibility that you have. I just basically would channel Oprah. In the beginning, you know, when they handed me that job, I was like, okay, what would Oprah do? What would Oprah do? And, you know, looking back on it, I really don't think I had much of a point of view, unlike you ladies.
Yeah.
And it's now that I'm in my, you know, I just turned 50. I mean, it's really in my 40s, making my documentaries.
Welcome. So did I.
Thank you, 50.
Happy birthday.
It doesn't suck. Thank you. It's September.
Is there one moment at all? I mean, this is a hard question, but is there anything stands out from that show?
Well, I did like 2,200 hours of television back then. So yeah, there's one. I mean, this anonymous one when the lady got really pissed off and pulled the wig off that lady. I think you might have a clip.
Oh.
I mean, that was classic Ricki. Yeah.
Let's see it. Wait, she pulls the
Wait
wig.
for it.
Does she
Wait
pull it?
for it. Bam! Oh yeah. That.
Then what did she do? Oh, now the fight.
She went.
Are they fighting over a man there?
Well, yeah.
So Jerry Springer learned a lot from you.
We didn't have. I mean, our show really was. We didn't have a violence like Jerry Springer, and we were real. I mean, the tagline was, "It's got to be real. It's got to be Ricki." And many of your staff used to work on my show. So,
Yes.
Brian. Yes, Brian and Jamie Hammer. Yeah, I know. It was a good time.
Yeah. Well, you also just had a good time. You appeared on the hit show The Masked Singer as the Raven.
Yes.
And
Innocuous fun. And they kept saying it was you.
I feel like I'm emotionally involved in this because so many people were asking me if I was the Raven, and I was like, I'm hearing it's Ricki Lake. So, did you have a good time?
I feel like because we have similar curvy body types.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
By the way, it's an honor to be compared to you. And anyway, I'm obsessed with you.
Thank you.
I really, like, I adore you.
She was like, but I can't sing. I can't sing
at all. So,
well, I mean, it was an amazing experience. Who knew that it was going to be such a huge, massive hit?
Yeah.
I had sciatica for the first time in my life during that time, so I couldn't really walk. So I was getting shots in my butt before the show, but it was so much fun to be anonymous and to not have to do hair and makeup.
Yeah.
And
Was it heavy, the costume, or hot?
It was heavy and with the sciatica, but it was also cathartic for me because I got to talk about losing my husband, which was just 2 years ago last month. So for me to kind of pay homage to him in a way, you know, it was really, it was just meaningful and special and silly. And yet, you know, I get to do that and I get to do these documentaries that are really important to me.
Yeah.
So it's a good balance.
Speaking about your husband, he did pass away 2 years ago from suicide and mental illness.
Death by suicide, and he was bipolar, and yet he was my favorite person I've ever known.
Yeah.
And losing him has been such a journey for me. It's been a really, I mean, there's been some dark times for me, and I am in a better place. I mean, I now truly love myself the way he loved me, which is on a whole nother level. So it's just been, and I've recently found new love, and
how would he feel about that, you think?
oh my gosh, he's 2 thumbs up. I mean, I met this beautiful, amazing man. I mean, it's just like I'm in such a good place, and I had to go through the darkness to get back to the light.
You know what? Thank you so much for speaking about it, because there's such a spike of suicides in this country, and we have to remove the stigma, particularly for those left behind.
Yeah, there's amazing groups like Bring Change to Mind I'm involved with. That's Glenn Close's organization.
Yeah.
We have to change the stigma. 1 in 2 of us is going to suffer from some kind of mental illness during the course of our lifetime. So if it's not me, it's you. And I think starting with young people. You know, it's really important that this is, you know, this is everyone. We need to
People
support
need to talk about
hear
it.
and listen. Yeah.
You know, Ricki, another thing that we need to talk about, which you address in your new documentary, Weed the People, it focuses on families using cannabis to treat children with cancer. And I have to tell you, going through what I went through last year, I am so angry that there is such a stigma attached to cannabis, to marijuana, to anything having to do with the medical benefits of cannabis oil and marijuana in any way. I mean, even for me, for glioblastoma, the CBD plus TMZ showed an 81% one-year survival. If you added if you added standard oral onto it, 662 days compared with 369 days in the group. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional, but like, it's a big difference. It's a year difference. For my dad only survived 14 months. So I just want to tell you what you're doing with this. It's really important, and I'm sorry. But it angered me. My dad was sick. There's still such stigma attached. Please take it from here.
Yeah, no, my husband, Christian Evans, this was his passion. You know, he was looking into cannabis use for his own benefit at that time. His grandfather was dying of bone cancer, and at the same time, I was on Dancing with the Stars, and the little girl found me via social media, and she was going through chemotherapy. Yeah, this plant needs to be we need to be deprogrammed about it. You know, it is a human rights issue, and when you follow this film, we follow 5 children through 5.5 years of cancer treatment, and to see the results, it's remarkable. We all need to understand that this is a medicine, and the fact that it was for thousands of years it was a medicine, and only for the last 75 years the government said that it's not. You know, right now it's a Schedule I drug, which is classified as with heroin, that there's no medicinal value.
But it's becoming legal in many states now because they can make money on it.
Absolutely.
Taxation.
Yes.
And we do have a clip of your documentary I want people to see. Let's play that.
Literally 1,000 stars had to align for us to finally change our mind on cannabis. That was the only thing that we just completely dismissed and refused to research because we just thought it was so ridiculous.
We looked at everything else but that.
Here, mama. Oh, here we go. I got it.
We just got the call. There's some cell death. The tumor is actually dying in certain areas. There's no new growth, and they said that they would like to be able to take credit for it all, but they just don't know if they can. I'm just thrilled. This is the most amazing news we could have ever gotten. She's gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay.
It's just amazing.
Definitely pulls at your heartstrings.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Now, let me ask you this. So right now, only 33 states, plus the District of Columbia, have legalized medical marijuana. So presidential hopefuls Cory Booker, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Kamala Harris, and Kirsten Gillibrand, they're backing some form of marijuana legalization because there is a distinction between recreational and medical.
Right.
Now, explain to everyone how the current legislation impedes cannabis from being used as treatment for cancer patients. We don't have that much time.
Well, the issue is it's a Schedule I drug, so they can't do the research in this country because of the scheduling. So in places like Israel, which we cover in the film, they're able to pinpoint the particular strain of cannabis that works for the type of cancer. Okay. So this strain works for prostate, but not breast cancer. And so, you know, we need to deschedule this drug. You know, and yes, recreational is a whole different thing. Our film is not about recreation. This is about access to this medicine that could be helpful both in the side effects of chemotherapy and also for shrinking tumor death.
Is this something we should be talking to our senators and our congresspeople about?
Absolutely. We're bringing the film to D.C. very soon.
Thank you. Thank you for this.
Our thanks to Ricki Lake. Weed the People is available on various digital platforms. Please check our website for more information, and we'll be right back.